Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today's beer is a beer from Green Flash Brewing Company, and it's a bottle of their Lafrique Ale coming in at 9.2% ABV. There you go. Big fan of Green Flash. I like their beer. I like what they're doing. I've reviewed a few of their beers. I think the last beer I reviewed from Green Flash was their barley wine. And that was a corker. That was a really nice beer. Okay. Lafrique Ale. Beer in the glass. Slightly cloudy. But I mean, for the level of hops that go into these beers, you're going to expect that. You're going to expect that kind of level of cloudiness. The hops and the malt is 9.2% ABV. It's a 3-finger, it's a white head. Nice levels of carbonation rising up the middle of the glass. And it's looking darker on camera than it actually is to my eye. There's a window behind me with the light coming through, so I'm picking up more of a kind of a golden look to the beer, like it would be there at the bottom of the glass. You guys in the camera are picking up it slightly darker. Looking at my face, it's 30 degrees outside. I'm boiling hot in my kitchen, so I just thought I want to switch the camera on, review a few beers, and well, on to Green Flash Lafrique Ale. It's described as a zesty brew. Let's get a nose then. And it certainly is, blimey! Wow, that is so potent. Woo! Blimey! It's really sweet. It's got this lovely level of sweetness to it from the malt. But if I just shake up this glass of hoppy beer for a moment and stick my nose in there. Oh wow, yeah, it's chock full of American hops. I've got to dive into this one. Cheers everybody. Woo! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. The bitterness on this is right up there. It's got to be about 80 IBUs. It's a really bitter beer. But it reminds me a little bit. I've just reviewed a barley wine, and it reminds me a lot of this barley wine. It's got all of them big malty, backboney kind of notes to the beer. But what it's got over the beer that I've just reviewed is just a level of carbonation. It's knocked up a level. The bitterness is fantastic. It's sweet, it's malty, it's bready. It's lemony, bit of lime in there. Sweetness is beyond, it's really sweet. But one moment in your mind, and I mean a moment, is a split second, you're picking up sweetness. Next you're picking up the bitterness. And it just carries on back and forth between bitterness and sweetness throughout the taste. And that's what gives this whole kind of beer its fascination. It's just so kind of, it's chewy and full, and you couldn't kind of, let's say you went to a barbecue, your Auntie Mabel turned up. You've not seen your Auntie Mabel in 15 years. She comes along, hiya, how are you? You know, no teeth, whatever. And she sees you drinking a beer. She said, oh, that looks really nice. It doesn't look like a Carling or a Strongbow, or it doesn't look like a Stella Artois. That looks really nice. What are you drinking? And you go, here we go, Auntie Mabel. It's going to kind of blow her mind. She's going to go, oh, dear me, I'm Auntie Mabel. I'm all over the place. But I think after a few tastes of this beer, Auntie Mabel might like it, because you're kind of whispering little things in her ear. Can you taste that kind of sweet malt? I do it all the time to my family members. Can you taste that bit of sweetness there, that bit of maltiness? Can you taste that bitterness? And I'm always pushing them along. It's like pushing a big lorry, mine, because a lot of them drink John Smiths, and it's a nightmare. But I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there, past the John Smiths and the Carling. It's taken me 3 years, but the first person I think to, and it's kind of surprising because he's the oldest, is my grandfather. He's 82, and I always kind of share my beer with him. I say, Grams, try this, and he's warm to it. Whether or not he's that old, his taste buds are all gone, and he's just going, yeah, oh, this is great, or he does like it. But other members, the younger members of my family, they're still older than me, but the younger members, they're kind of, ooh, but I think I'm getting there. It's about when they taste that. If you're going to give a beer like this, you've got to explain to them straight away. It's 9.2%. And you know, the reaction I get from these, or from people in general, if it's a strong beer, is, oh, it's like Thunderbird. Oh, it's like that crappy strong cider that you sell for £2 for 4 litres. It's that kind of attitude. And it's only when you say, no, honestly, calm yourselves down, don't go too nuts. Try it, and they go, bang, they have a mouthful like this. And while they're tasting, while they're kind of smacking their gums, you got to say to them, do you taste that sweet malt? Do you get that hoppy kind of, that really bitter taste with the sweet malt? It's like a battle, and then you kind of work on them. It might take years, but don't give up. And there's a moral to my story, is that this beer is too good. This style of beer, craft beer in general. I'm a craft beer evangelist. Now, I've been accused, or I'll tell you myself, I've been accused. If I see somebody in the supermarket, they're picking up a 24 pack of John Smiths or 24 pack of Carling, I'm the first to say, put it down, and in the middle of the supermarket. I don't know this guy from Adam, but I'll say to him, please put it down. It's no good. It's no good, really. There's no taste. There's nothing to it. Why don't you have a look at these? Even if they're kind of, for us, craft beer, we're a little bit more experienced. Even if you tend to buy the 3 for a £5, you can 3 for £5, should I say, in the supermarket, that are not great, but it's the first rung on the ladder, and it's what it's all about. Because eventually, hopefully, like I did, go back to my early reviews, I was reviewing all sorts of different beer from the supermarket, and I loved it. But people come along and they point you in the right direction. They say, no, try that, or try this, or pop out to Cardiff to a discount supermarket and pick up this good beer and try it, and you can't go back. Once you get kind of locked into craft beer, there's no going back. I am really sorry for my gassing, for my kind of, for the way I've kind of talked to you guys for however long it is, because this new camcorder doesn't tell me how long I've been recording for. What I'll do, you kind of get the gist of it. It's a strong kind of, I'd say it's a hoppy barley wine. That's how I'm going to call it. It's a hoppy barley wine. It's nice and sweet. It's hoppy. You get the drift. I'm going to kind of give you my final thoughts and a rating on Green Flash L'Afrique Ale at 9.2% ABV. Amazing beer. And I just reminded myself, I was thinking, why did I go so far off course telling you about all these different issues with John Smith and issues with Carling with my family? And it's because it was a kind of rounded story back to telling people in the supermarket to kind of, no, try the 3 for a $5. It's because I hope one day that everybody who drinks craft beer now, it doubles in size, then it triples in size. I know it's booming now, but I hope that craft beer hits a level. It does a wine, and like it did, wine in the 70s was kind of, people were stashing bottles in their cellars. That's going to be worth a fortune in the future. And they had faith in themselves that it was, and the wine revolution hit. Everybody now drinks wine. I hope in 20 years time, even 50 years time, I might even be dead when you're watching this video. I hope that you see this video and craft beer's happened, and whether or not, I don't know. Yeah, just enjoy your beer. Enjoy your beer. I'm going to rate this now. Love the hops, love the malt, amazing brew, 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching me, The Real Ale Guide. Sorry for it was a kind of a story and a rant, but I kind of went on a little bit. Sorry about that, but thanks for watching me, and cheers.